out onto the circuit. Over the bridge, down towards the first hairpin. And oh, and somebody has decided to have a spin on the rolling lap. It appears to be the, let's do a number check. It's the number 84 Kart, Jack Clements. Well, get it out the way early, why not? Don't have to worry about doing it in the race now. It's a standing start, so he'll find his way back to his initial starting spot on the 7th row of the grid. And they will now be marshalled into their grid positions. Somebody trying to warm their tyres because So, Behrman, Ellingham, with his kart angled to the inside. Ellingham made a very good start in the first heat today. Lindblad and Mason, well, Lindblad, one of the youngest in the race. Mason, one of the most experienced. On the 2nd row, then it's Thompson, McCorris, the next gen, sitting there going Honda engine, waiting to spring into life. So the rumble of the engines. Wait for the 5-second board. Engine notes rise. A chorus of brap, brap, brap. Off they go. Ellingham, another brilliant start. Oliver Behrman doesn't get an initial getaway, and Ellingham jumps him again. But by the time we come down the hill, everyone else is safely through the first couple of corners. But now Behrman is in his stride, and Ellingham will be coming under pressure very soon. And I think that is Arvid Lindblad in 3rd in the number 95 Kart. It is. Mason 4th, Thompson 5th, then Kasperzak, McCorris, McLean, and the rest all in a pile. Gibson in the 68. Privateer driver number 57, Sam Heading, who had a good run earlier on today, and he is in the middle of the pack now and going to have to work his way forward already. Already Oliver Behrman has recovered from his slow start to take the lead from Lucas Ellingham. And a 5-kart breakaway at the front as they go out onto the banking. Oh, and someone dives to the inside. And that, I think, was Arvid Lindblad, was it? The number 95 gets run wide. Well, his lines are all over the shop, but that was a lunge and a half going onto the banking. He just left hand down and went for it. And it's actually cost him a couple of places. Behrman, Mason, and Thompson now 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Ellingham is 4th. Then it is Ben Kasperzak. Then Theo McCorris in 6th. Lindblad down to 7th. And they're all lining up and looking at the back of the pack, even down to the number 36 Kart of Kyle Casabanti, the All-Stars driver. The gap is only 6 seconds. And that's 30 karts or so. Big multicoloured 4-stroke snake coming out of Mike Wilson Complex, and Wesley Mason in the number 8 Kart with his good old chum and drafting partner Harry Thompson helping him along, takes the lead. Oliver Behrman has no choice but to slip back into 3rd. And behind him, I think Oliver has got Ben Kasperzak and Lucas Ellingham behind him. I thought briefly for a moment it was Theo McCouris in another Virtus Motorsport kart, but he has been shelled out of that lead group like a pea. And look who's making a move into the second hairpin, number 57, Sam Heading, just doing what he did earlier on and gaining positions quietly and steadily without any fuss. Back, a problem for the number 36 now after Kyle Casabante. Slow, but you think he's going to carry on. The leaders onto the start finish straight. Well, there's Thompson nestling in behind Mason, trying to ease him away from Behrman, Kasperzak and Ellingham behind him. There's a gap back to 6th place. 6th place is the number 95 of Arvid Lindblad, and the top 5 nose to tail again. So that little bit of work that Thompson did to try and pull Mason away comes to naught. And actually, Behrman takes second, and Harry Thompson wasn't having any of it. He shoved one at the inside of Behrman. Behrman squeezed him. Thompson kept coming, so Behrman returns the favour. And Thompson runs Behrman wide. Kasperzak and Ellingham wheel-to-wheel contact. The number 7 of Kasperzak goes around, and he rejoins virtually last. And, Behrman and Thompson emerge unscathed, but there was lunges being sent in from 2 and 3 kart lengths back, and neither one wanted to give up the exit of the corner either. They somehow managed to negotiate enough racing room to continue unabated. Lucas Ellingham has slipped to 8th, and Kasperzak crosses the line at the end of lap 4 in 28th. Here come the leaders through turn number 4. Oh, side by side for second. Somebody runs very wide, almost up the banking. That was Behrman, with now Arvid Lindblad, and that is the next gen kart of McLean going into 3rd place. They were 3 wide, while Thompson and Behrman were toughing it out. McLean and Lindblad briefly. Oh, now Lindblad gets shuffled wide. Behrman and Lindblad, they're 3 wide. Here comes Heading. Behrman's being battered around like a pinball there. And common sense prevails as they go through the Fullerton S's. And meanwhile, Wesley Mason, the English champion, emerges from that chaotic lap, crosses the line with a lead of 1.3 seconds over Joshua McLean in the number 98 Next Gen kart. Harry Thompson is 3rd, make that 2nd. McLean down to 3rd in the number 98. Thompson not wasting any time in getting back into the thick of the action. Behind the top 3, there is a bit of a gap back to Kaysen Gibson. No, Kaysen Gibson's already lost 4th place to Behrman, Ellingham and Heading. It's now Behrman 4th, Ellingham 5th, Heading 6th, Gibson 7th. And behind Gibson, there's Archie Brown, Theo McCouris, Alex Lay, haven't mentioned him much, the DKR number 71, top 10 run at the moment. Tom Leben, Frankie Elwell, Oliver Marsh down in 13th. Arvin Lindblad has dropped back to 14th after briefly running in the top 2 or 3. Liam McNeely was in 15th, but I'm not sure whether he's got a problem with his transponder or he has retired, I don't know. Then it's Miller, Greenall, Hurrell, Irfan down in 19th, then Taylor, Franklin Taylor, Luke Watts, Archie Carter, Jack Clements. Yeah, Liam McNeely, I believe, has retired. Ben Kasperzak still 27th. Just under 3 minutes remaining. The leaders coming down towards the first hairpin, and Mason's advantage over Thompson and the rest has been reduced to nothing. And it is amazing how, despite all the chaos going on and the amount of different drivers that have got chances to win, how Mason and Thompson always seem to find one another on the circuit and find a way of working together. Kasperzak picking up a few places. He's gone past Ballesteros, Dawson and Patterson. The leaders coming on to the start-finish line. We have 2 minutes to go. Mason, Thompson, McLean, Behrman, Ellingham heading the top 6. 1 second separates the top 6. Oliver Behrman sets a new fastest lap. 67.71. The top 3 come off turn number 4 with half a dozen kart lengths. Advantage over Behrman in 4th, who has got Ellingham pushing him along. And then Sam Heading in the number 57 kart. Good job in 6th place. 7th is the number 92 of Archie Brown, ahead of Kaysen Gibson, McCouris, Marsh, Leben, Elwell, and Alex Lay with Lindblad in 14th. 28 drivers still running. Liam McNeely, the only retirement so far, and Kasperzak in the number 7 can make up, I reckon, 1 more place in the final 50 seconds. That would put him maybe 23rd. 50 seconds or so to go. Next time round, the leaders will get the last lap board. They go through turn number 1. Mason with Thompson on his rear bumper. Nobody breaks formation on the banking until we get to turn number 3, and it's Oliver Behrman who's first to blink. Has a little look up the inside of Joshua McLean, but Joshua McLean fends him off. Now Behrman, with help from Ellingham, makes the move stick into the first hairpin. It's given Mason and Thompson a little bit of breathing room into the second hairpin, but that's not going to be long before Behrman, Ellingham and McLean are back up at the front. On to the back straight. And into the Mike Wilson complex. Well, the clock has struck 0. Who will emerge victorious in the next 1,400 metres? Is it going to be number 8, Wesley Mason, number 2, Harry Thompson, or somebody else? Thompson still pushing Mason onto the banking. And Mason, there's a sign that they know each other really well. Mason doesn't defend. Still, Behrman not close enough to capitalise, although I think things are going to start happening. Maybe not into the first hairpin, but certainly into hairpin number 2. As Behrman breaks very late. Tries to close in. Behrman just unbelievably flat out looking directly over his shoulder down at the nose cone of Lucas Ellingham's number 99 kart, almost daring him to make a move. But up at the front, Mason has not been shuffled aside by Harry Thompson, and it's taken Oliver Behrman till the exit of the final corner to get within striking distance, but he's not going to have time for a drag race to the line. Wesley Mason takes the win. Thompson dutifully follows him in second. Behrman in third. Fourth for Lucas Ellingham, and Joshua McLean for Next Gen rounds out the top 5, and the tribal war cry from the Next Gen collective. They're busy brapping away to each other in celebration of a top 5 effort for their man. Sam Heading, second best privateer in 6th. Archie Brown, Kaysen Gibson, Theo McCouris, and the top 10 rounded out by Oliver Marsh, Frankie Elwell, Marsh's Project 1 teammate in 11th, followed by Tom Leben, Arvid Lindblad, then Aston Miller, and the top 15 rounded out by the number 64 Evolution Racing kart of Oliver Greenall, Liam Hurrell for Intense Motorsport, the team that guided Kieran Jeremy to the GP plate in this class 12 months ago. He finishes 16th ahead of Koskenurfen, and Alex Lay with Franklin Taylor and Luke Watts for Cato Motorsport rounding out the top 20.